So welcome to District 4, the best place to be for information and news. I am your host, A-Love, here with A-Rod. So we're going to start by talking sports, and we were talking sports this entire segment, but I want to start with just wrapping up our trip to the enshrinement.
Okay.
So we covered a lot of highlights, and make sure you look at those videos because there's some surprises in there. One of the things is that we were taking photos, just regular photos, inside the Hall of Fame, taking pictures of the inductees. We walked out, and who's standing there?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
One thing that is very, very true is his forehead is excessively large.
Oh,
okay?
no.
I've seen it in person. His forehead is huge.
I do not
I know that's a
concur.
joke, but I've seen it. Okay, I was there. I was like, yo, this shouldn't be like this.
Oh, so wrong.
But
I do not concur.
outside of that, dude's a nice dude. I bought some Broncos stuff there. I said, okay.
I'm sorry. He meant
I tried
to say
to get
Chargers.
it signed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it signed.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Peyton Manning, so there was a crowd.
He actually shocked everybody because he came the day before.
Yeah.
And no one expected him to come. We had some actually unexpecteds in there. We had a couple of them.
He was the only person to do autographs.
Yeah.
Out of everybody,
That's
out of all
true.
the Hall of Famers, it
Yes.
was just him that took the time out to care
That's right.
about people other than himself and sign some autographs.
Yeah, and that's actually, unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah, that's the
we
only
did
person.
get Moose Johnston. I was wearing Dallas gear at the time because I couldn't find anything Chargers. But
I met
yeah.
I met John Lynch. Didn't get a chance to take a
Yeah.
picture because his security was like, "You good?" So met John Lynch. Met Peyton Manning. We had a good time.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
excessively expensive for no reason. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, we ate like pizza was like $100.
Bottled water is $4. I got pizza. It was $8. It's
I
four
know.
little, like,
Crazy.
you know, the frozen pizzas you can get at the grocery store. It's like that size, but it's
like
$8.
four little
So it
slices,
was like
little.
everything you bought. Chips were $3.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to take the hit. But you know, when you look back at your bank account,
You're right.
and you just like, I don't even want to know why this is. That's what
You're like, I
happened.
don't even want to know. I have
We
pizza's
spent a bunch of money
$12.
on nothing, on absolutely nothing. But it's pretty much like a what is it? It's not a block party that they call it. Tailgate.
Yeah, in the
It's-
beginning, they actually had like literal tailgates away from the parking structure where you
Yeah.
paid. And then they had like sort of like a tailgate thing on the outside before you actually, the
Yeah.
enshrinement ceremony actually started. So they had like different booths and I don't think we filmed that part, but there were like
No.
different booths and you could get paid autographs from certain people.
They had a pull-up challenge. They had a football challenge.
Football challenge.
They had one thing that was like a massage thing that you were supposed to meet certain players while getting a massage or something like that. That's weird, but all right, whatever.
They had a thing for the veterans, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, they had something for the veterans. It was really hot the day we went.
Yes.
Ridiculously hot. But we went out to Canton. It's in Canton, for those who don't know. There's literally nothing there.
Yeah, my first time at
But the
Canton,
Hall of Fame.
nothing but the Hall of Fame.
If you're not going for the Hall of Fame and you don't already live in Canton,
Right.
there's no reason to go there. They don't have anything else. It's like this regular city, and then this is what they staple their whole entire thing is Canton, is the Hall of Fame. So
It's true. I don't know what. I mean, it was like I'd never been to Canton, but I feel like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
it is. I've seen it.
It was like, where's the rest of the?
What was the city that started with a W that goes? Worcester.
Worcester.
You ever been to Worcester, Ohio? Probably not. You've probably never heard of it. That's where Canton's by. Worcester.
It's by Worcester. Ohio.
Yep. Worcester, Ohio.
But all in all, we had a good time. I
Yeah,
was
we had a
happy
good
to meet the football players. We had great seats.
Yep.
Yeah. And press. There was not a lot of press, surprisingly.
No.
We had a lot of exclusive stuff just because a lot of the press wasn't able to go. ESPN basically took over all of the credentials. So we were, we just happened to be lucky because it literally, there was no, all the exclusives came from ESPN.
We got a chance to spend some time in the media room we weren't supposed to be in.
Credentials.
We're just gonna pretend that.
Yeah,
but
we're just gonna pretend that didn't
That was
happen.
cool. So we got some pictures and stuff of that. If you guys
Yeah.
look at the video that we
Yeah,
have
make sure you
previously.
look at the video. We got a lot of
We got a couple
it's
pictures out.
literally insider footage, exclusive footage, because again, a lot of the media was not allowed in the place
And then
we were
we
able
went to
to
go see the bronze bus room. It's just a whole bunch of heads. You would think like this be this excessively large room with all these people, but there's only like 400 and something Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
So it's actually fairly small. It was cool. The best speech that we saw went to Edgerrin James when he said his gold tooth got himself this gold jacket. Like everybody clapped. It was perfect because people used to say like he looked like a hoodlum or whatever because he had dreads and gold teeth, which you could understandable. You can think he's a part of the hood,
Right.
But he ended up being a very professional dude, Hall of Fame running back, and an amazing speech.
Yeah, I thought his speech was excellent. It was real cute, and a couple times in there he thanked his family.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the first to say really wholeheartedly how much his family meant to him.
I think everybody did that.
Yeah, after, but I feel like he sort of springboarded it into the. So yeah, it was good. I love when we have video of this. Palomalo took his hair out because everyone's like, "What? The hair is up," and he went ahead and took it out. So
I think Troy Polamalu got the most cheers. I think people were waiting all night for that.
Oh, yeah.
And they knew better than to put him first because people probably would have left. As messed up as that is to say, some people we weren't super excited about. Isaac Bruce had a funny thing though, where he said he was the only person that counted how much time he had left. He's like, "Oh, I got a minute and 20 seconds left, so I'm gonna keep talking." But yeah, Troy got the most cheers by it. But I found out in person, Steelers fans are ridiculous.
Oh my God!
With those little towels, the terrible towels, and they was swinging them around their head. And
if you look at the video, there's a sea
of
Steeler fans. I mean, it wasn't just like
and then there's
a
me,
little section.
Lonely Bronco fan, sitting there waiting for Atwater.
I dared not wear. I was jealous
she
at
knew
that
better.
time. I was jealous.
She fake. So the shirt she got on.
I mean, I didn't see one Charger.
She was fake. That's what I'm telling you.
It was really sad. I couldn't find one Charger shirt until late in the evening.
When they said, before they even said Troy's name.
Oh yeah.
When they started walking up, people just went crazy. Everybody stood up. No matter what team you favored, everybody stood up for Troy. Everybody stood up and they were like, "Yeah, Troy." So yeah, that was the best one. But speaking of the NFL, the preseason started. The Denver Broncos are 2-0, which is the only team that ever matters. So, yep, that's all that matters.
Let's go ahead and give some stats on the rest of the people that we should be looking at. That's not just the Denver Broncos.
For the most part, what I've seen, Trevor Lawrence is pretty trash.
You know, we won't say it that way. I'll say that he's struggling with the pace, and I think that that's pretty common for most of the new, not all, but it's commonplace that a lot of them would struggle with the pace of the NFL versus college.
I got you.
Yeah, so I feel like he's trying to get adjusted.
I don't think he's going to be good. I'm saying that right now.
Oh, no.
On District 4, I think he's going to be trash. I don't think he gets better than like Ryan Fitzpatrick or something like that. I don't think he's going to be super good. I'm sorry.
So wrong.
No, I'm not.
I feel like he's in practice.
Great. That's what everybody else does.
Preseason, so therefore he has a chance to work on the things that he may not have perfected as of yet, or the things that were unexpected about the pace of the NFL. I know he's having trouble keeping up, but I think he can still do it.
No, just you can think that. I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to be very good at all. No. I think he's going to be a little bit above mediocre.
Oh,
and they're going to be like, "Oh, he was a great guy, but," and then that's it. That's all he's going to be. So, sorry, Trevor.
I think it's difficult. No, and in all honesty, it really is. And a lot of them that go from college career cannot keep up. It's all professionals, and you're not just going to be going against like other college students.
Everybody that you're going up against was you in college.
Well, not even that. They've been playing longer.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's going to have to go up against Tom Brady.
Trevor Lawrence, everybody was like him in college. Everybody he's going up against were all the top players they were in college. So you have to show something why you're separate from everybody else that's also in the top tier.
That's right.
That's what Brady had to do, Manning had to do, Ed Reed, all the Hall of Famers. They have to, Patrick, they have to show why they belong in that crowd. And some people don't make it. I don't think he's going to make it.
You don't think he's going to be one of the ones that make it?
I think he's going to be all
I feel like he is struggling if you're watching the preseason.
Doesn't mean I'm going to be wrong. Doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to be right.
Yeah,
but I don't think, from what I've seen, what he has to offer, he's not going to be super good. I don't think he's going to be trash.
No,
I just don't
I feel
think.
like he's just struggling right now, and he might have to struggle a little bit first.
But how long do you get to struggle before
That's
you
the
just
thing.
suck?
You don't know.
2-3 years in, you just suck. Yeah.
It's preseason, so
I
you
got
want to
you.
kind of give him.
That's why I don't
a bit
pay
of it,
too much attention to preseason, because some people are terrible in the preseason, and then the regular season starts, and they're like,
Yeah.
I got it. And it's just like, whoa, you weren't this same dude
Right.
2 weeks ago. So we'll wait on it. It's only been 2 weeks. It hasn't been a whole bunch of time in the preseason. It's only been 2 weeks, so we'll give that man some time. But for the most part, a lot of the players people picked up in the preseason
Aren't doing that.
aren't doing super crazy.
They're
There's
not
a
doing
couple,
super great. There's a couple that's doing okay, but
and
not.
nobody Denver picked up was good. Nobody Denver picked up was good. That's sad. Like the
And he's a Denver fan.
That, what is it? 7 rounds in the NFL, and nobody you picked up had any talent. I was like, oh man, this is going to be another sad season. But on a good note, Terry Bridgewater is actually doing very well, and I
Yes.
thought he was going to be trash.
You
Nope,
did
he's
say
doing
he
very,
was,
very well.
yes.
I don't know why. I don't know why he's doing well. 'Cause
Some
I don't
people
like
can
him.
step it up.
Well,
Some
he
people
wasn't
just
good
have
on the
that-
Vikings.
Yeah.
So how do you just roll over in Denver and start playing like Jesus?
Some people have it. Some people just
Mm-mm.
get it,
He
and some
has-
people catch on a little later. So
And the
it
dude we
depends.
drafted, Drew Lock, you're not good. I'm sorry. Nope.
It's preseason. We want to make sure we.
You suck. Just gonna tell you that.
Just some little. So the Jets top plays versus the Packers. We have the Vikings top plays versus the Colts.
There are
Broncos
no.
top plays versus Seattle.
There's no highlights for Seattle. They scored 3 points. It was 30-3. That's not a game. There's literally
Yeah.
no highlights. Don't even look at that. If you're not a Denver fan, don't look at. There's no highlights for Seattle. Yeah, that was just sad.
There's
We
the-
did whatever we wanted, which makes me feel bad for Seattle because all the players you drafted, and you could only come up with 3 points.
But it's
First,
August
second-
12th was like the first.
First,
preseason.
second, and third string
Not a
couldn't
lot of
produce
time.
anything. 3 points. I can count how many points they had on one hand. No, not acceptable. Back to the drawing board. Thank you.
It's time to correct things. For Seattle, might want to work on that before the actual season starts because nobody's playing around this season. I feel like this season's a little more intense. Maybe the
I can't
anticipation
say that.
is
I feel
a
like
little greater.
well, because people like the whole COVID things,
Mm-hmm.
so people like weren't as into like, people had to miss practice and stuff like
Yeah.
that because of it, and so I feel like we get an opportunity to get back into the groove of sports and everything.
Yeah.
Side note, Aaron Rodgers wanted to be the host of Jeopardy. I don't know why he applied. I don't know what he's doing. You're a Hall of Fame quarterback
Right.
currently in the NFL. Like, it's not like you retired. You still go on Sundays and play the game. And you trying out for Jeopardy on the side.
Fun fact: Jeopardy's the hype. I love Jeopardy.
It's a good
Who
show.
is Jeopardy?
He's not supposed to be on it. Nope. I don't want to see you,
You don't want to see
throwing
him.
touchdowns on Sunday and then talk about
And then hosting Jeopardy on
history
Wednesdays.
for 400. No. That is not
Everybody
cute.
has a dream.
He accomplishes. You're in the
He
NFL.
has another dream.
and
It
you're
was Jeopardy.
His dream is not Jeopardy. He has the lowest percentage of making it anyway. I think his percentage voted is like 12%. So he's probably not going to make it. But it's the fact that I seen his name. I had to look. I was like, wait.
You were like, is this
Aaron Rodgers.
really Aaron?
Wait. Mom, come here. Aaron Rodgers? We talking? And then in the court, I see this. Nah.
I say go for it if you want to live your dream.
Okay.
That is
I
awkward.
don't know. He should. That lets you know how unfocused he is at Green Bay. That you're trying out for TV shows. So I don't think that whole Green Bay thing is going to work out. I just don't.
Well, the contract, as we know, is shorter.
It had to be because he's not happy.
But this is another way of saying you could get traded.
I think they're gonna. I
They
think they
didn't give him
kept
any more money.
I think they signed him just so they could trade him later.
That's what I
So
feel
they
like.
have the
I didn't
rights
want
to
say
trading
that.
him. They didn't want him to walk for nothing.
They didn't want him to just
I think
walk.
they're gonna trade him later.
I really feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was all designed maybe to trade him.
Denver, trade him there. No, he wants a successful team. Denver, go ahead and send him to Denver.
That's
Thank
terrible.
You. Thank you.
Always down on the Chargers.
Yes,
One
it
day,
is.
you guys,
Mhm.
the Chargers will make their comeback. I will say I was with you the entire time.
Okay. Anyway, transitioning, since we're not talking about that ever.
It's so wrong.
The NBA Summer League has been going on. Most players look like they suck. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people can't hit it.
Every team.
No, well, I'm like watching it as a whole, like
Yeah.
the entire thing. Like Bol, even though Denver had high hopes for him, he's not looking too good. Jalen Ramsey's actually playing pretty well, so I have respect for him. But for the most part, like a lot of people just like it looks like people forgot how to play basketball. Like when you watch it, like the way they play is like, jeez, oh my gosh, like Milwaukee, nobody we picked up is good.
Oh,
Nobody.
no.
This
On a
year
winning team.
wasn't a good draft. For, I say my condolences to Milwaukee. Mac McClung, the dude that the Lakers picked up, their rookie. No, he can jump.
Yeah, he can jump.
That's all he can do. That's sad. You can jump, you can dunk. Other than that, you're pretty
We have
trash.
LeBron. Maybe that's all we need him to do.
Well, you pick up somebody for the future because you have hope. That's what we call it. And you're playing for the Lakers. And we see how that affected Kyle Kuzma. He played way better before he got there, and then he got to LA and the hype and everything, and some people can't handle it. So.
Oh, he struggled.
No, he was
say.
terrible.
And I love Cal.
I watched him play
but he
30-something
did
minutes and
struggle.
score 2 points.
No.
I was looking at him like, I'm not a Laker fan, but I was like, wow. If you pay me $2-something million, I can give you 2 points.
Oh.
Playing with LeBron, I can make a layup. I promise you, I can make one. That's it. Just give me 2 points. But yeah, as far as this season, I mean, yeah, some people got some nice draft picks, but it's pretty much going to be the same team. People are pretty much waiting on Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and LA. LA got all those players: Westbrook, Carmelo, LeBron, Anthony Davis.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Anyway, if you're a fan of another team, I'm sorry.
I know it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be
tough for the
real
Hawks
fans
tough.
Like
that tried to be like, oh, we're gonna win. No,
that was your best year.
Nice dream.
Yeah,
No,
so,
it's a pretty good team though. But
no, they are a pretty good team.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
however, LiAngelo Ball from one of the Ball brothers is actually doing pretty well in the preseason.
Oh, okay.
Even though he went to jail for stealing in China. That's not a joke. He stole glasses.
No,
Yep.
I know from
Yep.
Versace. I
Yeah.
got it. But, he didn't
He
need
was
to do
stealing,
that. He was just bored.
No. If I told you I stole something because I was bored,
No.
I'd be in trouble. Jail. And you're not bailing me out. Don't act like you would. You're not bailing me out. He's actually playing pretty well. Some people say he's the best. That's a lie.
what I heard.
He's
no,
not.
I
No.
heard he was
He's
even
not.
better than the...
LaMelo's the best
Yeah.
one. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Yeah, easily. I don't even think it's close. LiAngelo's good, cool. He can shoot. He might be the best shooter out of the three, but as overall talent, I think the Hornets are going to pick him up because his brother's on the team.
Yeah.
I think they're going to use that as far like a marketing
Leverage,
thing
yeah.
to bring more money to the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to help. But as far as like their level of success, I don't think they'll be crazy. I don't think it'll be this Ball brother thing and they're just going to take over the league. No.
They started out trying to tell us that. But it
Yeah,
didn't,
well, LeVar started off trying to tell us
Yeah, he
that.
did.
My son's going to be, the Lakers ain't going to do nothing without my son there.
Yeah.
Championship. LeBron did it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. You tried. It didn't work. But yeah, if you're not a fan of the Lakers, the Bucks, or the Nets, you
It's
might
gonna
as
be a
well.
tough
You
season.
going to sit this one out.
It's gonna
Unless
be-
injuries happen, you going to sit this one
Now,
out.
how do you think the Suns are going to respond to this loss?
I think
Because
they're
they
gonna be
might
trash.
come back with a vengeance.
I'm going
never
to tell
know.
you why.
Okay.
A lot of people don't want to play in Phoenix.
Arizona's not a bad place. to
It's
live.
not a bad place to live, but there's favorable places other than that, right? And so with the way teams are being stacked, if I'm somebody that's like a middle average player, I want to go somewhere where I have the highest chance to win. When you
Yes.
see the way the Lakers look, you're picking that over Phoenix. So personally, I don't think Phoenix would have made it out of the first round if the Lakers were healthy.
Yeah.
I think they would have lost to the Lakers. So I don't think they do much better this year. I think last year was the best chance they had to win anything, and they lost 4 straight.
What about the Clippers? Just to transition.
The Clippers
from-
can't stay healthy.
What is going on with the
Like,
Clippers?
So the problem the Clippers have is they have a problem closing games.
Mm-hmm.
So multiple of the games they lost, they were up 15, 20-something points.
Yes.
Which in an NBA game, that should be like a guaranteed win. You're up 20, you should be fine. Nope, fourth quarter hits, they gave up 40, 50 points. They scored 10. You end up losing by 20.
I feel like, too, there's a lack of consistency. Like, they
Yeah.
may do really well one game, and then the next game they're completely
It's the-
trash. And
it's
then the
like-
next game it's like, we need consistency if you guys are going to
They
win.
need a playmaker. They need a point guard. They do not have one.
Yeah.
They need somebody that's going to rally the team, but keep the offense running the way it's supposed to run. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George turn too much into ISO basketball, where you're just watching two people play. That's going to become a problem the later in the season it goes, because you're wearing these players down, and not only that, nobody else gets a chance to build a rhythm. Now, in their defense, I'm not passing the ball to Zubac either. Dude's trash.
And Paul George proved himself as an individual.
I can't
I
say
mean,
that.
I'm not saying that he was an already good
I
player,
can't say
but
he proved himself.
once Kawhi left, everybody thought that was it. And he did step it up. You
He did
have
step
to
it up.
give
I'll give him
him
that. I'll
that
give him
credit for that. Even if whether you loved him or hated him before that, or thought he was good, or
But
thought he
I
was
think
just,
he just-
under Kawhi, he can do it on his own too.
But it's like he played so bad the year before.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you were supposed to do this, and now people look at it like, had you did this last year, where would we be?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard thing. But I don't think the Clippers have enough playmaking. I think they run into times where, like I said, just iso ball, watching two people play basketball, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I want to watch Kawhi drop 30. I want to watch Paul George drop 30, but there's a reason why they end up losing these games towards the end of it. You can start. I think if they use more of that isolability late in the games
It might
to
be.
keep the leads that they had, they would do a lot better, but they don't. So sorry, Clippers. Boston, I don't think Boston's going to be. I think Boston's going to do a little better because they went into the playoffs without Jaylen Brown. He was injured, and that's one of their more important pieces. I don't think they would have beat the Nets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I still don't.
I don't think it would have been closer games. I think they would have had a better chance.
Yeah.
I think they would have won maybe one or two more games, but I think Brooklyn wins that regardless. Just because I'm not picking
I do
against
too.
Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving against Kemba Walker and Jalen. Like I
Right.
can't. Like not that the team's bad.
No.
I think they have a good
it's a
team.
pretty
It's
decent
just
team.
Brooklyn's better. Like it really is what it is. Like Peyton Manning's an amazing quarterback, but the stuff Tom Brady's done, it just makes him better.
Yeah.
That doesn't make Peyton bad. It
No.
just Brady's better. And that's how I look at the Boston team. Like if the teams they had against, like if Milwaukee wasn't there or if Brooklyn wasn't as stacked as they were, Boston would be one of the top teams easily. But because of what they have to compete with, they don't have much. They don't have much hope at all. I think the Mavericks are still going to fold. I'm sorry. I love Luka Doncic. I love Porzingis.
What? I just think that's another team that lacks consistency. I feel
So,
like they are sometimes they're on it, and then the other
Here's
times
the
they're
thing
just
about
not.
them.
Yeah.
Luka needs more help. He doesn't have
Who?
anybody who he can pass the ball to take the game over. Okay? And if you look at his stats, first, second, third quarter, he's playing literally the best in the league. But in the fourth quarter, it drops off so much, but it's because he's tired.
I think fatigue got KD
It gets
in there,
to
too.
everybody.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is an amazing player.
Amazing.
In that overtime in Game 7, he missed a lot of shots a lot of people expect him to make. Brooklyn fans, Milwaukee fans, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is Kevin Durant. He missed a lot of shots that he usually makes.
Yeah,
but it's
he was
because
just
he's tired.
This is true.
And like at some point, like if you don't have that additional help, you can only take your team so far. There's no way Durant has 50 points and loses that game. No way.
Yeah.
Giannis had the ability. Giannis had 41 in that game.
Yeah.
But
Which is still
he
good.
could pass the ball to Middleton, and Middleton could take some pressure off of Giannis,
This is true.
which allows people to rest on whether that's offensively or defensively. And a lot of people talk how bad Drew Holiday shot, but a lot of it is because he's tired. He's pressing. You're guarding Kevin Durant full court. You're guarding Kyrie Irving full court. You're guarding Chris Paul full court. You're not going to have the energy to score the ball when
Yeah.
these are Hall of Fame players. Like these aren't regular Walmart people that you catch at your local YMCA. They're not
Catching
like,
on
okay,
that street ball.
you just suck. Like, but he's guarding top tier players. So I think us missing DiVincenzo hurt us more than we realized because he takes a lot of pressure off of Drew on the offensive end because he can defend and not come over and have to run the entire offense too.
Right.
And I think Luka's going to struggle with that same problem again. I don't think they're going to pick up anybody that can really help
That could
him.
actually help him.
I mean, Brunson played pretty well, the backup point guard for them. He played actually very well, but he's not that top tier level. And anything I've noticed, anybody that's ever been successful in the NBA from what I've seen, as a top player, you had top players with you.
Yeah.
Other people that could perform at the level you would on a consistent level to where all the pressure was on you. As great as Kobe was, Kobe did have some really good players to play with him. If Shaq isn't there when Kobe plays, they don't win.
But he can still...
No, I'm saying he can,
Yeah.
but there's only so far it'll take. Just like James Harden, amazing player. But in Houston, who else does he give the ball to? Eric Gordon isn't as good as him. Austin Rivers, Nene, like these players aren't on his level, and I
Yeah.
think this is the best chance he's going to have to win with Brooklyn because he can pass the ball to Durant. It's Durant. But
I think that's a really good point that we hardly ever highlight is that fatigue can
It
be
gets to
part.
people. It
Gets
really,
to even
really
strong swimmers, strong athletes, strong competitors.
Even
that you can
business
get
people.
overcome. Yeah, you can get overcome by fatigue.
If you think about it, a good business has a strong group of people that go trickle from start to finish. You can't think of it. McDonald's, very successful business. Funny, it's funny, multi-billion-dollar because they have a good team. Google, IBM, all types of these any fatigue gets to people, so you have to have people that can help you, and that's what a lot of other teams struggle with in the NBA, in sports in general,
Just sports in general.
specifically more the NBA because you only, you only have so many people.
Yeah, it's such
it
a
matters a
difference.
lot more
Yeah.
when you're missing that piece, and so I like I said, if you're not a fan of those three teams, you pretty much don't have much hope of winning anything.
Those are the three. I hate to say it,
Yeah,
as if you don't have a chance at all. I mean, someone may come off the, like a phoenix and rise in the.
But I'm saying, like,
in
if
the dust,
if
but-
everybody's healthy, I don't think
That's another
anybody-
thing.
yeah.
Injuries. For some strange reason, last season was plagued by injuries.
So-
It was just like I feel like everybody got injured for some reason.
One thing I will say about Brooklyn, they have a lot of injury-prone players. Okay?
Yeah.
Blake Griffin, he played like 17 games the year before he went to Brooklyn and like 22 games before that. Okay. Kyrie Irving has gotten injured his entire
my God.
career.
His entire career. No,
I know
literally.
what happened was a freak accident. He landed on Giannis's foot and he rolled it, and I'm unfortunate for that. But he always gets injured. He got injured the first finals they ever went to. He hurt his knee, middle of the game. Durant's had somewhat struggles with injury, not as bad as everybody else, but James Harden has had.
Gosh, I can't even.
Joe Harris has went through
stays
injury problems,
Getting
like,
an injury.
and so the biggest thing is with Brooklyn, you have to say if they're healthy. That's a huge question mark. One thing the Lakers have, other than Anthony Davis, who always gets injured, it's sad. It is.
He
It
kinda
is.
does.
They call him Anthony Day to Davis, as to say he's day to day every day.
Some bodies are just more bodies, meaning physical bodies, are more injury
True.
prone. I feel like so. I think he just has
But
one
I
of those
think
bodies.
a lot of
that
people
just-
don't invest their time into taking care of their physical body.
Yeah,
Because LeBron spends $2 million a year making sure he's okay.
and he
That's
doesn't
why he's
get
there
injured.
every single
Yeah,
night.
he does not get in.
Kobe did a good job of taking care of his body. You can pretty much expect Kobe to be there.
Yeah,
So
he did get injured though. Like
not
some
as
major
not
ones.
yeah not but that was way later after
Like,
like
yeah,
20 years. Yeah,
after
okay,
20.
you can hurt your
Kind of like
leg.
I feel like LeBron might do. I feel
So
like
my
age
thing
will
about the
get
Lakers
him.
is this:
Yeah.
LeBron's on a decline, whether you want to admit it or not. He is, and it's okay because he's year 18. He's year 18, and I think he's at a point where he needs help. The
He's
problem
got
about it
Anthony,
is
when he's not injured.
that's the problem. The problem about it is that, but I also think the players he picked up, we're not sure if they're 100%
Yeah.
reliable in a playoff sense.
Yeah.
The regular season, they're going to do fine. They're going to kill people. They're going to make it
Yeah.
maybe first, second, third seed, fine. But in a playoff sense, I don't know how much I can trust 30-something-year-old Carmelo Anthony.
Oh. Ouch! I felt the pain on that.
Because he didn't play super crazy when he played
He
for
didn't.
Portland in the playoffs.
Nope.
They got to the playoffs. Carmelo's giving you 11 points on 20-something
Yeah.
shots. That's a problem.
I hate to say that. I always thought he was overrated. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, now that I don't agree
I
with.
felt
No.
like I felt like he did. I'm
Carmelo
sorry.
Anthony?
He was never my favorite.
Hall
It's-
of Fame, Carmelo
I
Anthony.
know he's in the Hall of Fame. I know that he's greatly praised.
Does anybody
This
else
is
see who she's
great.
talking to? I think she's. Y'all see my mom? That ain't
I
her.
think sometimes a player gets hyped too much, and I felt like he was good, and he did. Yes, he's in the Hall of Fame and all these things, but I felt like there just something was missing from him. I didn't feel like he
So
got
what
a
he
lot
didn't
of
have
deserve
was
the praise he deserved. The praise that he got, he didn't always deserve. I'd say that. Sorry, Carmelo.
okay.
Not
Yeah,
that
I'm
I
not
don't
agree
like
with
you,
that. But the one thing he never did was he never made anybody around him better.
But isn't that part of being great?
Yeah, but you can still be great and lack certain aspects of your game.
I guess, okay, I'll say it this way. When I look at a player and they get praise and they go in the Hall of Fame, I think of in its totality.
Okay.
Not just that you play well, but how do the people play with you? How
I can
do you
agree.
make
I
the
can
team?
understand
I'm
that.
looking
I
at
can
all
agree
of that,
with
and I didn't see all of that from him.
Yeah,
I saw that
you're
he
not
got
gonna
good
get it from him.
stats, but I didn't see that he was
Yeah,
an
you're not gonna
all
get it
around.
from him.
Yeah, yeah.
Carmelo has a scoring role. He's just really good at scoring.
Exactly.
And like, if you need somebody to score the ball, like in his prime, that's somebody you'd pick up.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think he's the same. Obviously, he's way older.
Yeah.
You lack the speed that you used to have, maybe the strength, the agility, whatever the case may be. But I don't think he's a bad pickup for the Lakers because he's better than Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no.
I have hope for Cal.
But our biggest problem is
There
that
with you, Cal.
it's the shooting that everybody worries about with the
Yeah.
Lakers. People say Carmelo shot 40% in Portland, great, but he didn't do 40% in the playoffs. And Westbrook has never been a good shooter. LeBron can shoot, but he's not a shooter. Anthony Davis can shoot, but if you watch him play, if Anthony Davis doesn't have the opportunity to get to the basket, he's not nearly as effective as. And the problem I see is that people might just pack the paint and force the Lakers to beat them over the top.
Yeah.
And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt just because they have LeBron.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think with LeBron they're able
But
to
if
do
they
that.
play a team like, I don't know, if they play Brooklyn has no, not a crazy interior defense,
Yeah.
but like their ability to score is going to put a lot of pressure.
But their
as a
defense won't put a lot of pressure.
And that's my thing about Brooklyn.
Defense
like
is not as
people
good.
say like, oh, Brooklyn has such good offense, they don't need defense, and I'm like,
That's not true. I don't believe that.
that's my problem is
Yeah.
this: if you can score 100 but you give up 100, did you win?
Right.
You didn't win.
They've got amazing scores. No one will ever deny that. But I'm saying that defense is not. It's
My thing is
questionable.
this: they're going to have to rely on jump shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they don't have they don't really get to the free throw line like that.
They meaning
The Nets.
Okay.
The Nets don't really get to the free throw line like that. Especially when they played Milwaukee, there was games where they had 9 free throws, and an entire game you had 9 free throws, and Milwaukee had like 20 something.
yeah.
And I think the one team they don't want to play is Milwaukee and the Lakers, because one thing both of those teams have is size, and that's what
Yes.
Brooklyn doesn't have. And the problem is, if you play LeBron and you have a deficiency, he's going to find it. And he's going to milk the hell out of
Yes, he
that
will.
until you fix the problem. And one thing you can't do in the middle of a series is grow.
Yes.
You can start making shots, you can change your offensive game plan, but I don't think they need much of an offensive game plan. They
Right.
got all that talent over there. But I don't think they're going to be like this excessively unstoppable offensive force that people think they are, because everybody else outside of those three pretty much suck on offense.
On offense.
So I think that's going to get in their way. Same thing with Milwaukee. If we don't consistently, we take a lot of bad, dumb shots. And Giannis,
That was consistent in the playoffs. That you took a lot of shots that maybe you didn't even.
there were a lot of
Yeah.
good defensive possessions that we had that we wasted because Giannis wants to take a pull-up three for no reason. Contested one.
Yeah, you're like, why?
Drew Holiday wants to shoot step-back threes for no reason. Chris Middleton's 0 for 5 from the three. Let me shoot this contested three for no reason. I think we need better coaching. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh no.
But I think we have to be coached better, and that'll save us a lot. Who I think is going to win the NBA Finals, it depends on health, to be honest. But I
does.
think if everybody's 100% healthy, I would have to pick the Lakers. I know I'm a Milwaukee fan. I still got my hat. But I'm not positive how it'll work. I don't see it working as well as people think they will. But I'm gonna give it
He
the.
has to admit, Lakers.
I have to give it the factor that I feel like LeBron's just gonna figure out how to do it. Now I will say,
Strategically good player.
with injuries potentially, if Anthony Davis isn't there, they don't win. If he's not there,
Which is likely because he
which is
gets
sad to say.
injured every.
He's likely
5
to get
minutes.
injured. I don't want to say
Like,
that.
oh my God, my
but
leg, my
you
back,
almost
my
can't.
knee,
You
my
can't
shoe.
depend on him to be there in the late of the season. That's terrible to say, but
Yeah.
that it honestly is true.
Stay healthy. I don't care.
I
Go on a
think
sabbatical. Take
What,
some.
what I think they need to do is limit his games he plays during the regular season. You don't
Oh,
need
maybe.
him. You don't need him to win. You don't. Not during the regular season. There's no way you can look at that Lakers roster and say they're not going to make the playoffs if Anthony Davis is playing. That's dumb. I don't care if you're first seed, seventh seed, just get there. Then play your basketball there where he's healthy, where he's rested, where he's not. Just do that. Same thing with LeBron. Limit the amount of games he plays. You don't need him during the regular season all crazy. Let him play 50, 60 games. Sit him down. Let him get rested. He's 18 years in the league. Let him get
Who
rested.
can take the slack though?
You don't need it. You just need to win enough to make it to the playoffs.
No.
You can't sit there and say the Lakers won't make it to the playoffs. That would be dumb. Westbrook and whoever's on that roster by himself would be Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Drummond could do that. They can make it to the playoffs. You don't have to be amazing. But in the playoffs, you're going to need everybody you can.
Yeah.
And God forbid LeBron is unhealthy or Anthony Davis is unhealthy, their chances go right out the window winning.
Yeah.
Same thing with Brooklyn. I think you got to rest Kyrie Irving. He's the most injury-prone player on that roster by far.
No, he is.
You have to rest
So
him.
true.
The way he plays hard, the way he plays dribbling. I'm Kyrie Irving.
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew. Ooh, watch out, young blood. The way he plays, you got to give him some rest. Again, 50, 60 games, sit him down, cool. Same thing. So that's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting season for the NFL and for the NBA. I know you know a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the Dodgers. Not the Dodgers.
Oh, no. So the Little League Series,
Little League
World Series is going on right now. Hawaii's doing really well. I mean, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
It doesn't end until the 29th. They're currently in their third round. South Dakota's supposed to play tomorrow. If you guys want to watch that.
Yeah, if you're in.
It's the 10 to 12-year-old league, so
It's so
it
cute.
ends on the 29th.
It's so
that'll be
cute.
it is kind of funny to watch these little kids and their parents be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You're not supposed to throw that pitch. Like, yo, chill out. He's 10.
The pressure starts
No.
then. The pressure starts at 10.
He hasn't even hit puberty. Let the kid grow up first. Jesus.
Those sports parents do not.
Yeah, they don't.
Sports parents and acting parents.
Once your
do
parents
not-
realize you're good at something, they driving that to death.
They drive-
You been playing baseball today? No. Can I eat? Nope. Not after you two. No. Chill.
After practice.
Yeah, after practice. You gotta chill. He's a kid.
I think that's worth watching just because it's cute. It's like you got to see the little
He's a
bits
little kid.
trying to play.
Nobody fits their uniform. They're all too little for the uniform, so it looks like super, super baggy on them.
Aw, it's so
and they
cute.
go out there and they look at their parents and try to be
Parents are all proud,
Yeah,
just
their
like,
parents
"Oh my God, that's
their
my
parents
baby."
Are crazy. They yell like they're playing for money. They don't even get anything if they win. But yeah, that's going. That's pretty much the whole baseball.
that's
spirit
pretty
of the
much
world,
going with
Little League World Series going. That's it. That's pretty much it.
We have covered it
We
up
covered
to date.
most of the stuff.
Most of the stuff we
up to
covered.
date.
Yeah,
Obviously, we still have to cover some preseason. That's not over yet. I think there's only one more game because I think they shortened it this year.
They did.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
they shortened it this year. And the NFL season starts. I'm still picking the Buccaneers to go all the way again. I can't go against Brady.
I feel like Brady. I mean, I feel like
I hate
he's
him for
going
that.
to. Yes,
I
but I
hate him
just
for
don't want him
It's
to.
so boring.
It's so
Every time
boring.
you look up Super Bowl and you see Tom,
You see Tom
somehow
Brady
he
every time.
squeezes himself in there. Every time you look up, Tom come out the bushes. Super Bowl? You say my name?
You're like,
no.
another Super Bowl? Please stop it.
I think he's at 7 at this point, which is like, aren't you tired
He's
of
gonna be like
winning?
100 still.
Aren't you
like,
tired?
Still
Like,
playing
geez.
football. Like,
And I don't think they lost
again, Tom
anybody that's important. So
Nope.
I'm just
The
like,
team's
oh
still all
my
intact.
God, everybody still plays. Nobody quit. Nobody retired.
I feel like we need
Tired.
somebody to just.
I need somebody
Yeah,
to
come
whoop
on.
him.
Patrick.
The only person I know that consistently kept him out of there was Peyton Manning.
It was Peyton Manning.
Come back.
No, he's already retired. He's
No.
done.
Come back. There's no window where you can't come back. Get more stats. Keep Brady out of there so somebody else can win.
We
I'm
need
tired.
somebody so the game isn't as boring. Because
I
you
can't-
look at it and you
because-
know he's going to win the Super Bowl once he's in there.
You just get tired of it. The only people that have beaten him are the New York Giants.
That's it.
Another Manning family member. Keep that in mind. Eli. That's
Eli
it.
Manning.
Eli
the other
Beagle.
brother.
The other brother of the same family.
We call him the other brother.
Yeah.
Eli, the other brother.
It was at the Hall of Fame thing. He was just sitting there, and we were like, "We don't know if you're gonna make it."
Aww.
We don't know. They talked about on ESPN. They were like, "Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer?" They're like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's a good guy. Nah, when they start complimenting your personality,
Right.
you know you ain't making it. You know he goes to church on Sundays. Okay, yeah.
Eli, we need you to.
Eli,
I know your brother's a lot
step
to
it up.
follow, but
Yeah, that's-
you've got the chops.
your brother. It's sad because his dad's also a Hall of Fame.
Oh no!
So your dad's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's true. I forgot
Your
about
brother's
that.
yeah.
Your brother and your dad.
Archie's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Peyton's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you supposed to finish that.
A lot of pressure,
Yeah.
but you need to work hard.
supposed to
You
finish
can do
that
it. You can do it.
And with,
No,
no.
nothing.
And with all that money you had, what were you wearing at the Hall of Fame? Okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to talk about people outfits.
Leave him alone.
But at a certain level of financial stability, you got to put on something with some sense. You
didn't look that
You
bad.
looked trifling. For the money he has, trifling.
Every show he talks about somebody. It's just your turn, Eli. So,
Sorry, Eli.
he dislikes something
Don't
from
hurt
everybody.
me if you see me. But that's pretty much
You guys,
the whole sport thing.
That pretty much wraps up this episode. We're going to next time
Talk a little bit
talk
more
a little
about
bit
NFL,
more about
the NBA
NFL,
season. The
NBA
NBA Summer
season.
League is still going on, so make sure you guys get in there.
Yeah, make sure you watch.
As I
Make sure you
said,
watch the Little League.
Yeah, the Little League World
No.
Series ends on the 29th. They have a game. They have games almost every single day until then. So make sure you watch into that.
Yeah.
The preseason, obviously, for the NFL is still
Yes.
going on. So keep intact with that. If you guys are baseball fans, obviously the baseball season should
Make
be going.
sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification button because we do a lot of shows. We got a lot of surprises coming up, and we want you to be able to catch them as we upload them, okay? Or if we go live, surprising. All right. Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
thanks
We'll
for
see you
watching.
guys next time.
Okay.